What's going on, everyone? Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys all my vintage computers now. If you don't know this already, collecting vintage computers is kind of my hobby alongside YouTube. I usually find them either at yard sales, garage sales. People usually contact me about them through Craigslist. I mean, I have ways of finding them. I don't know how I always do it, but I always find them somehow for a relatively good price. I never overpay for them, or at least I try not to. So, yeah, they're all over there. I'm just gonna wait one more minute until 3:30 so everyone can join. But for now, I have this disc right here. That's pretty cool, right? Nah, it's kind of lame. This is where it's at. Oh yeah, floppy disk. This is actually where it's at, rather than a India and China are about to go to war. Okay, let's get on with the video. So, basically all of my computers are right here. I have them all set up on the floor. Let me turn this camera around. Here they all are. There are no specific order of when they came out. There are no specific order of importance to me. There are no specific order of anything. I pretty much just laid them out exactly how I brought them downstairs. One by one, piece by piece. So, I also have some laptops over here and a few laptops back here too. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna start showing you guys these in 1 minute. I'm gonna decide which one I'm gonna start with. Which ones do you guys want me to start with, actually? I'll ask you guys. I guess I'll actually probably start in the back, just because I can work my way up. So right here, I just got this one literally a few days ago, like 2 days ago. This is an IBM, or not IBM, why did I say IBM? This is a Tandy TRS-80 model 4P. So, this one came out, hold on, let me go over my paper. There's no way I'd remember all of these, just offhand. I think it's 1983 though. I just wanted to grab my paper. So, this one is the Tandy 4P, April 1983, with a starting price of about $1,800. So this one's an all-in-one. It's pretty cool. I like this one a lot, actually. Has little latches on the side. Looks just like a sewing machine. Yeah, pretty much just like a sewing machine. That's what I thought it was at first, actually. But it is actually, let me set this down real quick. It's actually a all-in-one computer. Get that to focus. Come on. There we go. This is an all-in-one computer from 1983. This was what you had if you had a lot of work to get done. I mean, this thing was actually pretty powerful for the time. It wasn't actually, great, but it did its job. And it was mostly used in the business industry, but some people used it for their own personal needs, like at home. So, in case you don't know, this is a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk. This is what all the data was stored on ultimately. If you had enough money, you could get a hard drive, but those were just, in 1983, those were so insanely expensive. There's no way you'd be able to afford one if you're just the average computer user. So, let me show you. So, obviously, these go in the little slots here. Click in, and then they shut. And you'd turn it on first, and then you put the floppy disk in. With these specific computers, you would not put the floppy disk in first to avoid it corrupting the floppy disk. It may corrupt it if you put it in first and then turn it on. So what you would actually do, I think I have it plugged in here, yep. What you do is you keep it somewhere over there, turn it on. I recently actually just fixed this whole computer. It wasn't even displaying anything. Turns out there was a a loose solder connection, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, probably not, the filament in the CRT was not glowing, so hence the screen wasn't turning on and I didn't get any video. So I do not have any discs currently that work with this. I just wanted to show you kind of how it would work. You'd put it in there and then you'd press the reset button, and it would usually come up with a hard disk drive is not available. Yeah, it's not even a Tandy floppy disk, I don't think. But normally you would put a DOS, LS-DOS or TRS-DOS disk in there, and you'd turn it on and type away. Next on the list, I'm actually going to skip over these. These are like the... I'll do all of them right now, actually. Ow. These are all like the oddity computers. I set them here because they're either important enough, strange enough for me to put here in this section. They're also, if they're colorful, the reason I put this one in here is because of the mouse. It's actually just a little magnetic thing here. And I do not have the power cord for this one. I have it somewhere, but I could not find it. But this is the Toshiba Satellite T1910 from around the 1991 to 1994 era. I'm not sure exactly how much this one costs. I'm not sure when it's from. All I know is the warranty expired in 1995, so it must be from the early 90s. So there it is. The keys are very mushy on this one. I really don't like the keyboard at all on this one. But I got it for steal, so I couldn't pass it up. Next on the list we have... This is actually a really funny story. I filled this in because there wasn't... This is just temporary. I filled it in because there wasn't a logo there. I got it... It's hard to tell in this light, but it's pretty much the same color. It looks darker here, but this is the same color as this pretty much. This is the Apple iBook Key Lime Edition. This is an online exclusive from 1999. And let me look up how much this one would have cost. This one would have cost, set you back, $1,600, which is about the average cost of a higher-end MacBook today. Because it's special to me. Well, it doesn't have any sentimental meaning, but it's just special because it's so rare, I guess. I actually really enjoy working on this one. You can actually get real work done on this one. You can get, you can have Word documents open. It's not really that slow. So you can pretty much do anything you could do on a normal computer on this, except the internet, because it's not that easy to use the internet on this thing. Yeah, flip that back over. It's relatively heavy, a lot heavier than a MacBook would be. Even a lot heavier than an iMac would be, for that matter. Next on the list we have one of my favorites, the Macintosh SE. Not the SE30, but the normal Macintosh OG SE. So this one is upgraded to, well, I upgraded it myself, up to 4 megabytes of RAM, which seems like nothing, but let me tell you, this thing actually is a beast with vintage games. 4 megabytes of RAM for 1987 was pretty above. This one would have set you back $2,900 to $3,900 in 1986. If I said 1987, I apologize. It's 1986. This one came out. And I can actually turn this one on for you guys. Make sure. Nope, this isn't on. Let me turn that on for you. Here we go. Yes, that is very loud. I was surprised about how loud this one is whenever I first turned it on. It actually does have a hard drive, that's what's making all that noise. But there we go, the Happy Mac face. Welcome to Macintosh, and it boots up very, very fast with that full 4 megabytes of RAM. I got the mouse that would have came with this computer, except it's dirty as anything I've ever seen in my life. But it's very fast. I mean, I can't stress enough how fast this thing is. Not compared to new computers by any means, but this thing absolutely flies. Doesn't look like it right now, but it's actually it's actually a unit of a computer. I have tons of like add-ons and what are those called? Whatever they're called. Yeah, this one's pretty sweet. It's in the original platinum white color, so it looks pretty much like it would have looked in 1986. There we go. Got Mac Paint, Mac Write. Oh, this is pretty cool. Check this out. Forget, I gotta click right there. This is actually pretty sweet. Oh yeah. Let me move around a little bit. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm gonna shut this one down, move on to the next one. So, let me quit this program. Special, shut down. Got a special little loading thing there too. Listen, it sounds like a jet engine turning off. Next we have, actually this one is very sought after and rare, considered sought after and rare at least by vintage Mac enthusiasts. This is the Macintosh 128K, the original unbadged. Usually it would have a 128K to differentiate it from the 512K. This is before the 512K even came out, so it just says Macintosh on it. Let me move this one out of the way real quick so I can get down in here. This one actually does not have a hard drive in it, so it's very quiet, as you can see. It's just reading the disk. Makes almost no noise. So there we go. Look at this big mouse. Here we go. This one is from, like I said, 1984. This one would have set you back, very least, $2,400 or about $2,500, equivalent to $6,100 in today's money. Now, this is just a guided tour of Macintosh discs, so it looks very, very eerily similar to that one, which shouldn't be any surprise because it just came out a few years before. But this is Mac OS version 2, I think. I'm not sure what version this is, but it looks very similar. This one, I believe, you could just turn off from the back without any special shutdown options. Sorry, it's very hard to move the mouse on here. So, you can only have really one program open at a time on this type of computer because, you know, no hard drive. It would all run from the floppy disk. So, whoops. So, I'm going to shut this one off. Next on the list, we have the Apple IIe. I believe this was the second after the Apple II. E, I believe, stood for expansion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Apple IIe, June 1977, for $1,298, equivalent to $5,476 in today's money. Now this one is pretty cool. I actually really enjoy using this one. Of course, I did not plug in the monitor here. Let me plug that in for you guys real quick. This is a text-based system, so you don't, no GUI here. Let me turn it on. There's the monitor. Let me turn the actual computer on. There we go. Apple II. This is probably my fastest booting computer, being as there's not much to boot on here. We just got to reset, and we're ready to go. So, let's see if I remember a little bit of basic here. Let's see. Print. Oh, crap. Where'd it go? Print. Hello. 20. Go to 10. run. Yeah. That's some pretty bad basic. So I'm going to turn this one off. This came with a disk drive here. It actually came with 2 disk drives. The one I got fit a standard 5 1/4 disc in there, Apple formatted, of course. This is actually a huge disk drive. I mean, it's pretty big compared to the other ones you could get. Next on the list, I'm going to do that one last. We have the TRS-80 Model 4. This is by no means the original TRS-80, but I really couldn't get it working 100%. Oh, it's actually turning on. I didn't think that was going to happen. Let me see if the screen needs adjusted. Nah, wouldn't. Oh, wait, we're getting something. Wow, we're actually getting a display on here. That is surprising. I was not getting that before. Let's see if one of these discs works, actually. I'm going to try one of these. Wait, no, the bottom one. Nah, still doesn't work. Oh well. I guess we're gonna move on to the last one. Fun Time channel. I have a Patreon, if that's what you're asking. I don't know. I have a Patreon, but that's all I got right now. For the final computer we have here, we have an IBM. We have a cat. Oh wait, I forgot the laptops. I'll do the laptops right now, actually. So we have a Dell Latitude CPI. This one doesn't work currently either. Let me get it open for you. This has a Pentium 2, Intel Pentium 2, designed for Windows NT or Windows 98. The charger is some really weird, like, I'll show you the end. The end for the charger is right here. It's just like super weird. So you can't really find a replacement for these very easily. How'd you get all those classic computers? That's a good question. I have acquired them all through either yard sales, garage sales, mostly just Craigslist finds. People asking me if I want some of their old stock, and it doesn't hurt to ask on Craigslist. You can usually find some pretty cool people on there. Of course, if you don't like Craigslist, you can find it on the marketplace. If you're more comfortable with that, you can find them just going out to antique stores, flea markets. Flea markets are a good place for them. But yeah, that's a good question. This is the Dell, what is this? Dell Latitude D620. This is what he thinks of you saying that, Funtime channel. I don't think he looks very pleased. Nah. I'm sorry, you can't have him. Yet. I'll wait till he annoys me some more and see what happens. This is the Dell... Yeah, I don't have a battery in this thing. This is the Dell Latitude D620. This is like the most common business computer. This thing was freaking powerful for the time. Like, you couldn't find a more powerful laptop for the price, to be honest. So, we have at least half a dozen of these things sitting around. Decontamination. Is there one that looks like a microwave? I wouldn't say that one's too far off of looking like a microwave. I mean, it's, with the lid on, it doesn't look much like a computer. It looks more like a microwave. Tyler, do you have Instagram? That's a good question. Yes, it's called Aussie Films. I don't know how easy it is to find. I only have like 100 followers, but I bet you could probably find it. Hey, this is a ThinkPad X series, model number X61. This is sold to me by Sebi's Random Tech. Go check him out on YouTube. He's a very popular among some people. His channel is definitely worth a look. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is the Lenovo X61. It still turns on. The battery's still holding a charge. I think I have Windows 10 loading on here. Let's see. Nope, Windows XP still. I'm doubting the license is still good, so yeah, license probably isn't good anymore. Yep. Oh well. I guess we'll do that some other day. Finally, what's that red button? That is also a good question. That is the the nipple, which is also known as the mouse. I mean, it's like a mouse. Whenever you don't have a mouse, it moves the cursor around. Comes off too. It's like a little pencil eraser, but it just moves your cursor whenever you don't have a mouse. And finally, we have one of my favorites, the IBM Personal System 2 or PS2 Model 25. My dad works with computers a lot. That's cool. My dad pretty much got me into computers. So here is the IBM PS2 Model 25, sorry. This turns on with a very satisfying click. And there we go. This is running DOS 6.22 with also Windows 3.0 running over top of it. Has a full, 640 kilobytes of RAM. And it's booting off of a CF card right there. And it has an Ethernet card as well in there. So, yeah, this one's probably a lot faster than that one. We have Windows 3.0 here. Access by typing Win. We got a mouse and a mouse driver here. This is actually the most uncomfortable mouse ever to use. The buttons don't even feel good. But that yellow is not actually on the screen. It's just the frame rate not keeping up. But yeah, we got Windows 3.0 here, so that's pretty cool. I know I gotta shut this down properly, but I can't get the mouse to move. What are you doing, mister? What are you doing? Ozzy. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for my computer collection. That's all I have really to show you guys. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.